Hi, I'm Barbara Rimkunis, and this is your Exeter History Minute. Today we're going to talk about the life of Lewis Cass, who was born in Exeter in 1782. I can already tell you're wondering, Lewis Cass? Who was he? Should I know about him? Well, you should know about him if you've spent any time at all studying the presidential election of 1848, because he ran against Zachary Taylor and lost. You remember that, I'm sure. No? Okay. Here's the story about him while he was here in Exeter. Cass's father, Jonathan Cass, had fought in the Revolution. He settled down in Exeter on a street called Cross Street, and it was there that his son Lewis was born. Lewis Cass once remarked that one of his earliest memories was seeing bonfires burning in the downtown from his house. His mother explained that they were to celebrate the adoption of the U.S. Constitution after New Hampshire became the ninth and deciding vote. This would have been in 1788, when Lewis was turning 6. He later said he saw the Constitution born. At the time, you could apparently see the downtown of Exeter from Cross Street. Here's a view we have made at roughly the same time from nearby Green Street. Today, there's too many trees in the way to see downtown. He also recalled seeing President George Washington arrive in town the following year. Now, that's a lot of big memories for a young boy. His father, however, found him somewhat unmanageable and entered him into the newly established Phillips Exeter Academy when he was only 9 years old. Admission standards were a bit looser back then, apparently. He remained there for 7 years and earned a letter of completion, because they didn't have diplomas in 1799. By the time he finished, his family had moved out of town. He joined them and taught school for a year before they moved again to Ohio. There he read law and entered the legal profession. He fought in the War of 1812, became the governor of Michigan Territory from 1813 to 1831, served as Secretary of War and later ambassador to France under Andrew Jackson. He served in the U.S. Senate, ran for president, which, as I said, he lost, and then he became Secretary of State under James Buchanan. Seems like a pretty up-and-coming politician for his time. He had two basic beliefs from which he never wavered. One, Great Britain was evil and had evil intent in all discourse. This is one of the reasons he left his ambassadorship, his severe Anglophobia. And two, the greatest document ever written was the U.S. Constitution. And in his mind, this included the parts that approved of slavery and marginalized Native Americans. He was involved in Jackson's Indian removal policy that led to the Cherokee Trail of Tears. He supported the Fugitive Slave Act and the Dred Scott decision. During his lifetime, these weren't really considered way out there ideas. And sometime following the election of 1848, the town of Exeter renamed the street he was born on. Remember Cross Street? To Cass Street. And warts and all, the residents of Cass Street still hold a birthday party on his birthday every year. Speaking of warts, Cass was also well known for being a slightly less than attractive man. When sculptor Daniel Chester French was hired to make his likeness for Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C., he didn't really have the best subject to work with. Cass had grown fairly rotund in later life, and his face was craggy. French chose to sculpt Cass as he looked in life, but added elements that gave him the appearance that he was a man in motion, just getting up from his work. It's actually a pretty great statue. He looks less great on a birthday cake. Exeter, New Hampshire, where we still remember even our most complicated native sons. This History Minute has been brought to you by White Mountain Wealth Management of Raymond James. For more Exeter history, check out our website at www.exeterhistory.org.